Okay, welcome to Feeble Talk, episode 6. We are here with the one and only Billy Perry, volume professional, volume bikes, new signature frame coming out, which we'll talk about, Merit Pro, potential water park felon. So just in case you're not familiar, we've got a couple clips from Billy's section in volume 1. Came out a little bit recently. Up rail whip, far off from streets of New York City. But what are you doing out here in California?
Well, my sister was having a baby at the end of March, so I had to come out, and also I'm finishing up the Volume Voyager frame promo with Josh, and that's supposed to drop at the end of March, which I think now is going to be like the beginning of April. So I was just kind of out here, not too much going on, just hanging out with my sister, trying to get a few more clips for that, but no real obligations or priorities.
Cool, just cruising around.
Chilling, yeah.
Got a Camaro rental car.
Yeah, got the free upgrade, man. They hooked it up.
So you were bouncing between San Diego and California a bunch, right? Or
yeah.
San Diego and LA.
Yeah, I was in LA for about 5 days, and I got injured, so I just kind of came down here early to chill out and hopefully recuperate, and then head back up there and finish off the end of the week, maybe get some stuff done. But
cool.
Yeah, it's just been chill.
Nice. Escaping the New York winter a little bit.
It's a tease though, not being able to ride all the amazing spots and parks down here. Yeah. Just chilling.
Let's go through the backgrounds, if possible. Get out of this green situation that we're in right now. So obviously, remind you a little bit of home.
Yeah.
Got a couple more. What do we got?
Oh, that's cool.
I think that was your first photo and ride, wasn't it?
That was my third photo and ride.
Third photo and ride. I was off.
But it was cool because that was my friend's first photo and ride who shot the photo.
All right.
Oh, that's a Z photo.
That is a Z photo.
Yeah, that was
blown out spot, but pretty photo. I think in the caption we actually said this will be the last photo from that spot ever. We went way too hard with that spot. What do we have next? The mugshot. I think you should have smiled like Panza though.
I did smile, no?
No, I'm in the. Where am I?
Oh,
how do I get out? There you go. Now you're pretty straight faced.
Yeah.
And Brian looks like an actual felon. But. I think we got one more, and then just maybe
vlog camera.
Maybe if that makes you comfortable.
That's not my setup, man. I'm not that high tech.
You a Panasonic guy?
I'm just a point and shoot guy. GoPro.
Oh, all right.
Sick.
Oh yeah, and then the whip, but we'll get to that one. So what do you think?
Whatever one you want, man.
The cruising through the city. I like that one.
That one? Yeah, that one's cool.
A little more your style.
Feel at home with that.
Yeah. So you are out here for filming for the volume thing, film for basically your signature frame. It's a split between you and Josh, right?
Yeah.
Josh Clemens.
Yep. Castillo proposed that to us about like a year ago, and as it was going to be a team frame, and then me and Josh kind of just took over the project, and we agreed on every dimension, like first try. I mean, it was a little bit more difficult because I was at home, and they were out in LA, you know? So emailing instead of face-to-face conversation took a little bit longer than expected, but I feel like it went really smooth, and we all agreed on dimensions like first try. And
at least in the description on the volume site, it said that it was different from any other frame in the volume line. So what?
Yeah, I think we have a 75-25 head tube, which is steeper than all the other frames. The back end is 12.75 slam, so that's shorter. I think DeMarcus is 13 and Brock's is 13.25. I believe, and so that's the shortest rear end they have, and
it's like quick and responsive, like sharp on the front and everything.
It's awesome. It feels great.
Awesome. And how long you been on it for?
I got the sample in April. I had a black one, and I got to ride that for a few months before I broke my ankle, and then probably another 2-3 months after that. So I've only been riding that frame for like 5 or 6 months.
Cool.
Since last year.
And then so you have kind of that. Should we grab the bike? Probably just you can grab the bike real quick. You can bring it in. And then so you have this blue, and then Josh has like a green camo thing going on or something.
Josh's color is sick.
So
this color came out way sicker than I expected. Honestly, like
it's like a BMW blue or something, huh?
That's funny. It was supposed to be just cyan blue. Like I thought it was gonna be more flat, and then. So I kind of had an expectation because I had the Garrett Owens Death Trap frame, and that's kind of a similar color. When I was younger, I had that, and so I thought it was going to be more flat, and then we got it, and it just looks so much better than I expected. Like it has like a little metallic glow to it in certain light, and it changes color at dusk, and it just looks awesome. I'm stoked on it.
Nice.
And Josh's color is insane. It looks awesome.
And they actually come out at the 1st of April, beginning of April, I guess. Probably not.
Yeah,
so
I believe
strict.
so. The shipment just got in, I think, this week. So 1st of April, all the frames and new parts are coming out.
And the promo probably right afterwards, or
yeah, I believe like pretty much right as they drop, hit the shops, the promo will be out.
Awesome.
That's the plan.
Is it gonna be weird seeing kids like riding your?
Yeah, I got a bunch of friends back home that are looking to get it already, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, that's gonna be crazy. You
Yeah,
know?
it's
Seeing
gonna be
somebody
weird,
riding
right?
something I had a say in the design and color.
Awesome.
It's crazy.
Where's the Voyager name come from?
Josh actually came up with that name. It was kind of just because we're both on different sides of the country, and we like to travel back and forth and other countries and just, you know, voyage.
Cool.
So the Voyager frame.
Awesome. You said you're from Long Island.
Yeah.
So obviously East Coast influence heavy. I think I hit you up beforehand and asked for a couple of influences. At least, well, 2 separate influences. So we'll start with the video part first. And you listed 2 video parts, so I assume you couldn't choose between them.
The Tide part and the Carl Pointer part.
Yep. So
Yeah,
I think
mean,
we have Carl Pointer going first. Obviously, early free coaster.
This video, I love this video. The song in this video too, it made it so memorable. I think it was like Villain Wave or something, M83.
Yeah, it was that M83 song.
Yeah, it was sick. This actually made me get my first free coaster as a KHE Geisha, I believe, and I'm not sure, maybe 2008, 2009. I was like 11.
Yeah.
I just watched this video all day and just got stoked because like at the time I didn't really see anybody else riding free coaster besides like Ian Schwartz and
Chad.
Chad.
Who else? Bruce?
Bruce Chrisman.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. So Carl and Bruce.
So
Ian.
Carl definitely had a unique style for back then. He like a lot, you know, where versus, I mean, we're gonna watch Ty's section in a second, but like Carl and Ty are pretty much polar opposites
Yeah.
as far as like Ty's a powerhouse, Carl cruises and let like the momentum take him almost, you know.
Yeah.
Is it how did Carl's riding kind of influence yours?
I don't know. I was just super stoked on the whole section and the free coaster riding, and I just thought it was different. And it was actually funny. Like I didn't plan on this, but like a year or 2 ago, I had a very similar setup to the bike he's riding now, like 4 pegs, high seat,
Yeah.
same color green frame. And I just realized that like when I went back and watched the video, I was like, wow. But I don't know. I feel like it was more of like the actual section and the song that made it memorable for me, and then I just ended up watching it so much.
Just really
Yeah,
imprinted in you.
yeah.
It's crazy this section was filmed in like 5 days. He says that in the very
Really?
beginning. Yeah, it's like
yeah.
filmed on a trip through Indiana or
that's
something.
true.
So we'll cut over to Ty's section. It's actually a split between
Lacey, right?
Lacey, yeah. So
Yeah, this video is amazing. Was this like mostly England?
yeah, and I think that, I mean, this is one of the first like web edits that really had an impression on people. I think, you know, like,
Yeah.
you're kind of in that phase where like oh, you know, like kids growing up now is like their first thing is gonna be a web edit, or I mean, fuck, maybe a vlog, you know.
Maybe. Yeah, this was another one. Like the song just went. I think it was "Walking in a Dream." That's still one of my favorite songs now, just from this video part. However many years ago that was, 8 maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I think
Long
it was
time ago.
2007.
7.
Yeah. I know because I just looked this up. So,
Yeah.
yeah, Ty's. I think this is a lot of people's first intro to Ty. So, I mean, and Search obviously, but even in a wider reach that N-Search never even got to. Obviously, Lacey doesn't hurt anything either. So.
Yeah, I think Lacey does a turn down a fakie in this maybe, or is it Ty? I think it's Lacey.
Yeah.
So good.
What other influences, like as far as just growing up in Long Island, like I feel like the Long Island scene was always kind of trail based.
Yeah,
I mean, before.
like Russ.
Yeah.
Russ was a huge influence as well. Like I remember meeting Russ at a bike demo, a jam at LIB, and I have a photo with him when I was super young. My mom got a photo with us, and I just remember running into Russ at like the local skate park years down the road, and like eventually riding trails with him, and he was a big influence. Craig Becerra too, but I didn't really meet him until a little later on.
But did you ever ride trails when you were
I did,
kids
yeah,
too?
definitely.
Yeah.
The Boondock Trails I did ride
Yeah.
when I was like, I think my first time there was like 12, maybe 13. And I had brakes at the time, so I was like pretty comfortable. And I mean, I definitely ate it a bunch,
Yeah,
like trying to
yeah,
learn how to
yeah.
get comfortable with them. But dude, I miss riding trails. Like that was super fun. Just going there every time, just trying to learn like a new set, trying to just get to the next jump and not eat shit, you know?
That is basically my goal when I'm riding trails.
Yeah, see all the dude just going like 20 feet in the air. I was like, wow, this is awesome. Yeah. It's like,
do you think it's hard for a kid to like get into trails? Because most trails are so gnarly these days.
Yeah,
it's like hard to even.
It was hard
start.
for me to get into trails too because a lot of the trails on Long Island were just like so big. I mean, Panamoka, I went there once and it was just like, dude, these are
I don't want to
insane.
die.
Yeah, and then another one, I think the Hooligans were when I was like 11. Then there's like no like roller section or like warm up sections in those trails, so it was just hard to like even get into it. And then like the Boondocks were sick though because they just actually got recently plowed, unfortunately, but they had a roller section, then they had little like doubles, and then it got into like the heavy downhill like bigger stuff. But it was like if you just maintain if you just go down them and like try and keep them smooth, like you clear them every time, you know. So that was like good to learn on for sure. But I feel like other trails like could be very intimidating or not easy for kids to get into.
Before we go off on too much of a tangent, we got your recent influence was Alex Donachie.
Yeah,
Ascent.
Dude.
We get a couple
legend. So
Miles
innovative.
making an appearance. Can we go ahead and play Alex's section? Ascent.
Dude, I watched this like 10 times in a row when it came out.
We were having a little in-office debate about like the most technical street rider today, and it was like maybe it's Alex, and then after that it was like I think Zach was like sent me a text like, okay, it's Alex.
Yeah,
like
Garrett, Alex.
Yeah, I mean it's hard though, but like I feel like even the stuff Alex is doing is just
the nollie hanger 180 does down this too. Is just like wow.
What have you hung out with Alex much?
I met him at Simple Session last year and also this year. Super cool, but I never really hung out with him other than that.
He's very unassuming for how gnarly of a rider he is, you know? Like,
definitely
just
chill.
always just chilling, smiling, laughing.
Yeah. Dude, that's insane.
Yeah. Helmet provocateur. I'm always a fan of the helmet.
Yeah, definitely. Dude, it's crazy because he'll do like the most tech thing, like that 3 nose manual 3, I think it was, and then he'll do like that. Like, just like some super gnarly stuff. Yeah. Can do everything.
What are you working on any kind of longer projects? I know you got the promo, but is there anything else in the works?
Yeah, I was supposed to have an edit for like the Welcome to Merit Pro. I wanted to keep pushing that off so I could have an official edit to drop it, but being like injured, my ankle back like last year took me out for 3 months.
Finally had to drop it. That just dropped recently, right? Just a couple of days ago.
Well, it just came out.
Yeah.
Brennan was just like, yeah, dude, like he was stressing, like he didn't even care. Like, he was just like, yeah, let's put it out, man. I was like, yeah, I do want to put it out, like it's sick, but I also want to put it out with a video. So I guess I'm just gonna keep working on that. I have like 1.5 minutes of footage right now. Probably want to get like 2.5, 3 minutes. And I've just been filming, like I'll go out filming with like pans or whatever, and like I'll just save clips that I think, like, you know, I'll do something harder or like longer. Like a clip I filmed last week was like 3-hour clip. And it's like I'll save that for the video, you know.
I think I saw that. I saw that in the vlog.
Yeah.
I mean, so is that? I mean, I guess that's part of the topic. Is you know, I don't want to go into it too much, but how hard? Like, obviously, you don't really put videos out daily. I mean, you're like more like a 6 a month dude or something like that.
Something like that. Like once or twice a week at most, really. I mean, I'd rather not force content and try and be out there, like, you know, trying to make something happen if it's not organic. Like, I'd rather, like, if we're going out riding, I want to film, like, with my friends, like, a daily cruise or whatever, and that's, like, say that's, like, once every 2 weeks. Like, I'd rather do that than just go out and try and get some, like, force some content. I mean, I know people do it, like, successfully every day, and that's crazy. Yeah,
it seems gnarly. So what, I mean, to backtrack a little bit, like, what do you define as, like, a vlogger? Because I feel like the term vlogging is getting, like, wide-reaching, where it's like
everyone's vlogging now.
But what is it? Because I feel like vlogging is like telling people about your feelings and what's going on in your life, and it's like a daily journal or a journal in a sense, and it's like I would consider you a YouTuber, not a vlogger. Yeah,
I think I'm more like, I guess you could say, like, my whole YouTube is pretty much BMX based. It's a BMX based YouTube channel. It's not like, I mean, sometimes I definitely do go out and just do other adventures in the videos, but more or less every video has BMX riding in it. You know, I'm not like trying to go out and like, you know.
Here's my cup of coffee
Yeah.
every single day. No shots.
No shots.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like it's when you're holding. Now I feel like I mean, I got accused of being a vlogger last week.
I saw that
had
kid jumped in the fire and then straight up called you a vlogger. Like,
yeah, and I'm like,
dude,
just
you
because I
got
have a
burned in a fire
GoPro,
and you're worried about him
yeah,
filming a video.
and it's like it's not vlogging. Filming something happening is not vlogging.
No,
it's documenting what's going on.
It is.
You know, and it's
like
like
if
it's
you're out
giving you a
here
little-
drinking coffee, you know, like.
talking about what you have going on and stuff. That's vlogging.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to define the line, I guess, but
Yeah.
because everything's kind of like mushing into one.
I mean,
People
it's
want
obviously
longer
a
content.
craze these days where it's
Yeah.
like even last week at the Florida thing, it was there was kids vlogging alongside
Yeah.
of the established vloggers, and it was
Really?
just like unknown kids, and they had
They had the
fuzzy,
cameras and the chest mounts and
the
stuff.
dead cat on top of their camera, they're ready, you know,
Yeah.
like talking into it, and it's like
That's
standing
funny.
within 15 feet of the ramp that says "fuck your vlog," right?
Yeah, I saw
or
that.
something like
and that's
that.
like in everyone's thumbnail, and it's like their vlog thumbnail, and
Yeah.
just like saying that on the big loop. It's so funny. Yeah, it looked like a vlog fest out there.
Yeah,
man.
it was.
Swamp
It
Fest.
was. Yeah, it was
Wish
fun
I
though.
was out
Swamp
there.
Fest, Vlog Fest. You know, rolls
looked
right off
awesome.
the tongue. Yeah, I mean, I mean, it's definitely a craze. Like, it's gonna. I feel like it's maybe peaking out. The people that are successful at it will keep doing it, and the people that.
I mean, I feel like that's the way that media is like coming along now with like TV and stuff. Not like myself, I'd rather watch YouTube content sometimes than I would
Yeah.
rather watch a TV show. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess people like feel like they can get more personal with you. I don't know. It's like reality TV show.
Yeah.
Like some people, they like, just feel like they can get involved and
Yeah,
see
it's
like, what
definitely the
you're up
next
to.
step in reality TV.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about because
Yeah.
like I remember like when I started YouTube, I would just make like 2-minute, 3-minute edits and just like spend like a month.
How
filming
long
them.
ago was that?
Dude, when I first started riding like a 20-inch bike,
Mhm.
2009 maybe.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
So
Yeah,
was it
basically.
still the same channel, or was it?
No, I actually switched channels. I
Oh,
got that
okay.
channel banned like when they started the AdSense or whatever. Because I remember LZ had a channel and he was telling people like to click on his ads or whatever. And
So you did the same.
yeah, I kind of was like, oh yeah, everyone can click the ads, whatever. And then he got banned, and then I got banned, so I made another channel. I don't know.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, that
Is it-
was like the very early
Very
stages
early,
of
yeah.
like they were testing it out pretty much just to see, and they realized that people were clicking their own ads trying to get money.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
And I was like 11 years old. I was like, hell yeah, I'm making $1. You know?
Is it hard being, I mean, you're a professional rider, you have obligations as a professional rider, and then part of that is that YouTube base, but is it hard to balance, like, I feel like a lot of dudes kind of lose their core BMX, like, integrity, or I don't know what the right word is, even the respect of their peers in a lot of ways, where you've managed to balance that out, I think.
You think
But
so? Thanks.
I think
I'm
you have.
trying,
I think
man.
everybody's like, yeah, Billy's sick. He actually rides. He does,
Definitely,
you know.
I definitely could see it being hard because like some days you want to go out and ride, and then some days you have to sit home and like edit or something. You know, it's like. But I feel like I don't have a job, so it's like I kind of have to set aside some time for that and like to do other personal business stuff, and like I don't know, it's hard to balance both sometimes. But I mean, at the end of the day, everything is just like I just want to ride. You know, I just want to go out and ride, have a good time, and like so that's why like when I go out and film, like say I put out 2 videos a week at most, like that doesn't mean I'm not riding like the other 4 days.
Yeah,
It's just I would rather have a session and not film. You know.
Yeah. And I mean that's there's like a certain piece to that of not worrying about the camera and not worrying
Yeah.
about.
Dude, sometimes it's just awesome just to go out and like not worry about anything.
Yeah.
Just go out, have a fun session at the skate park or his spot, you know.
Yeah.
That's like the thing I like about the GoPro NYC videos I do, like that series, because it's like I'll go out with like usually Panza or whatever, and it forces us to leave our bags in the car and like we just have the chest mount on. You don't even realize it's there after a minute.
Yeah.
And you're just going like it's like an all day thing. Like you start out 10 a.m. and like we're going all over the city just trying to hit everything. It's like that was awesome, you know. It's like hitting the spot and then into the street, and it's just like a fun session. You know?
My buddy, when I was watching the videos yesterday, my buddy came over and he was like, biggest hater, like a BMX, you know, like BMX rider doesn't watch anything, and he was like, oh,
Just
talking
a salty
shit, and then
older dude.
he was talking shit, and then he was like, whoa, he's really good. And then he was just standing there watching it for like 2 minutes. I'm like, dude, he got you, didn't he? And he's like, fuck, he did. You know, like it is
so
interesting.
funny.
You know, like it's obviously. I mean, it obviously works. Like to the point where I mean, we're going to GoPro after this.
Dude,
you know, like
I'm
that's.
stoked on that.
I wish we
Thank
would
you,
have gone
man.
beforehand so we could talk about it in a more like real
Dude,
sense.
that's like from when I started, I was like, dude, GoPro. Like,
Yeah.
that's like, I would love to meet somebody there.
Yeah,
Just, like,
just for backstory, GoPro is actually like 2 miles from our office in Ride. So
Really? That's
it's
crazy.
like I was having lunch with a dude that works there, and he was hooking me up with a drone.
See, you got the drone flying yesterday.
I wrecked it.
Really? Already?
It was
Yeah,
fully my fault.
It
I've
happens,
never
man.
had a drone before. I
I've
tried to
wrecked
pull
mine
the
a few
clip, but
times,
I
too.
wrecked
It's-
it. I was moping around all day yesterday after wrecking it. So
Yeah, it's a
hopefully I
day
get it
for
fixed
sure.
today. But he brought up your name, and he
Really?
was like, yeah, he's like, there's that Billy dude.
That's
He's
crazy.
done more for us than anybody, And
That's
I was
insane.
like, actually, Billy's gonna be in here on Thursday, and he's like, bring him by the office,
Dude.
please, So
Hell yeah,
I'm
that's
sure you're gonna
sick.
get a pretty sick care package from GoPro. So I
That
mean,
would-
like stuff like that, where it's like there's obviously positives and things that come from it. Like you're just doing that stuff because that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
And then, but has there been like negative reactions from kind
From-
of like pro dudes or people?
I
don't
mean,
know,
I'm sure there are people who like,
But
pro
nothing
dudes out
face to
there.
face or
Nothing.
anything?
Nobody's ever approached me and be like, "Yo, what you're doing's lame," It's
Yeah.
like I've never had anyone tell me personally or like reach out to me online, like somebody that like I know or respect, somebody who like rides professionally. Like, not saying
no Burns comments or anything like that.
I mean, maybe I don't really know. Maybe on Rodeo Peanut, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
they were nice about it too when they burned me. Like,
Yeah.
they just put like some crazy like sound, like music, like noise in the background. It's like
Yeah,
a porno noise or whatever.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
just
yeah.
like a trolling thing. It wasn't
Yeah.
like calling me straight out.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I mean, that's what I mean.
I'm
I think
sure
you run
people
I think you run the balance well of like where
Definitely.
you put your effort into the things that establish you as a legit pro rider, and then you have the thing that you do on the side as well. So I think
dude,
that
thanks, man.
yeah, I
Appreciate
think you
that.
run the balance better than anybody else. Like where it's
That's sick.
you're not defined by the YouTuber thing.
I'm sure people
so
were definitely more skeptical in the beginning when I was doing them.
Yeah.
They were probably like, what the hell is this?
now you have
like-
people like reaching into the chest mount, like trying to get their shine time, see if they get an Instagram call out or something like that. Is it, well, I don't know how much you want to talk about it, and we don't have to talk about it specifically, but obviously the water park thing.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And then I think we can go ahead and play it. I did a little splice up of it, but 13 million views almost, which is,
Is that how much it
I
is?
think it's over 12.
I haven't watched it since it hit 1 million. Honestly, I don't really like.
Yeah.
I don't even like the video because I'm just
Yeah.
like bummed out. Like, not bummed out. Like, it obviously did really well, like
Yeah.
views wise, but like knowing
the-
that I could have went there and done it like so much better. Like,
Yeah.
I was still like recovering from my injury and like not comfortable like with riding really
Yeah.
good, so I was just kind of chilling.
But so it is like obviously the backlash has been pretty rough. I think you're still dealing with it in a sense, correct?
Yeah, like legally, definitely
yeah.
backlash. I mean, I don't really give a shit what people have to say about it. Like
Yeah.
from my home, like from my area, like everyone that I know, like growing up, thinks it's sick. Like they're
Yeah,
just like, oh
yeah.
yeah, hell yeah, dude, like you did that. And then there's like the older people on Long Island, like on the Facebook and stuff. just
Yeah,
like,
they're nuts.
oh these damn kids, like
Yeah.
block them in jail, throw the key away. Just like they were playing this for like
A month,
dude,
right? I
over
think I saw.
a month.
Yeah.
Like I remember they put like a bounty on like 3 of the people. They were putting, dude, it was insane. I remember going. It was like a month later. I remember going to the bagel store and it was just like on the TV again, replaying on the news channel. I'm just like, how is this news? It's
What did they say? 150 grand in damage or something?
yeah, they're just saying something
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, wasn't there a Thrasher video from the same place like a couple weeks beforehand or something?
No, it wasn't the same place. It
Oh,
was
it wasn't
actually
the same
dude,
place.
Since like I've seen so many videos of like skateboarders
Yeah.
like all over the world, like France, water parks, Australia.
Oh, yeah.
These dudes in Australia did like the same exact thing where they had the chest mat on, they threw
Yeah.
their skateboards over the fence,
Yeah.
like climbed in.
Try and get those views.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, but I mean, come on, you can't tell me that doesn't look like a fun
No,
time.
it's hell. I mean, I've done it several times
Yeah, dude,
before.
and
I've
it's
ridden
like
a
we
couple of
weren't
them.
the first people in here.
No,
Like there's skateboarder was in here 2 weeks before us. Like at the top of that, he took a photo at the top of that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like also
So it's just
people-
more views, more problems, essentially. I mean,
Yeah, I
it blew
guess
up,
so.
and then it kind of.
Yeah, I definitely didn't picture it blowing up like it did.
Yeah.
It's like because I could put a video out and it could get like 30 to 50,000 views and just chill out.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
this one just had an insane amount of views in the first hour, and I'm like, oh shit. Like,
Was it kind of freaky for a little? I mean, you had news crews showing. I saw the news crews showing up to your house.
I didn't go
to
home for like 3 days. The whole weekend I just chilled at my girlfriend's house because they were literally, my mom and dad were calling me like, yeah, the news crews are just keep banging on the door. Like, there are 3 vans outside from the city. Like, they were coming in from the city to Long Island just to like get a story from me. And it's like, how is this even worthy of a story? Like, I get it, but like, it's not that big of a deal. Like,
yeah. Does it? I mean, has it changed how you deal with? I mean, how you film videos essentially. I mean, is there a real concept? Like, you're like, oh, as you're jumping a fence, doing what you've always done for a decade and a half. Is it, or a decade? I don't know.
I'll make sure like to keep it more low key this time around. Like, I remember we did in the GoPro, I believe, 5 video. Like, we went into the banks and like cops were like watching us hop the fence, and it's like that's at a police station. Yeah. And there, it says no trespassing, like big fence, like at the Brooklyn banks, like nothing happened from that, you know. Yeah. Now everyone's going there now, just get a session in, but like, and it's, I guess it's somebody's business, you know. They're just like super pissed off about it. I don't know. I
mean, well, because there was even, we had the Street Legal article, which I'll link to in here, but your answers are pretty short, but even like, I think Dakota was like, dude, I don't know if I want to answer the question, because if I say that, if you Google my name, legal, whatever, and you find that I'm saying that, yes, I know what I do is illegal, and then it's like, then I get in trouble for something, they pull up this thing, it's like, yeah, you know, like it like kind of made people think a little bit more about like, oh yeah, people actually, there's old people that think this is legitimately illegal, you know, whereas you try and equate like, oh, what we do on a daily basis.
We're going riding bikes. Yeah. Like, oh, there's a fence in the way. It doesn't really.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna go over.
Just a little obstacle.
Yeah.
To the spot.
Yeah.
I don't know. I definitely see like them taking it more serious, like the law and stuff, taking it more serious lately. Like, I know Augie got in trouble trespassing recently, and they told him like, I don't know if we should put this in, but they told him like they were going to look at his YouTube channel, and it's like going to trial and stuff, like, to see if there's any more. So I mean, they are catching on to the fact that people are doing crazy stuff and putting it online.
You can't really get away. It's not so easy. It's not so easy to get away with it. There was that I mean, even back in I think this office got a cease and desist from a school. In Transworld Skate got a cease and desist from a school. I mean, this has had to be like over 10 years ago.
In a magazine.
Something like that, where it was like if you run another photo from our school, we're going to sue you. You know, like there's definitely a backlash to being too popular in a sense, you know.
And it's like you're an established, you know, print company, so they see that and they probably got a little pissed off, you know.
I should have put a no water park questions
thing
on this Instagram. No, I haven't looked yet, but
I was surprised I did a Q&A a few weeks ago and not that many people asked about the water park situation.
Okay. Yeah, maybe.
It's kind of blowing over a little bit. I don't know.
And you are still dealing with it? You still have to worry about I assume you're just kind of like waiting for him to forget about it as well, a little bit.
It kept getting pushed back because like nobody knew. Like, apparently my lawyer was saying nobody really knows what they're doing yet. Like, trying to get, you know, but we'll see. It's coming up very soon. Actually, have to go back to court the day I get back from California. So. Yikes. Which might get pushed back again, so I don't know.
Okay. Well,
so it's just going to be a long, ongoing.
Yeah.
You know, we'll see how it goes.
It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But
it is what it is.
Let's jump into Q&A questions.
Get it.
Can you handle this?
I hope so.
Up and down in shit. Ask what or who got you into BMX?
It's tough, man. I think I was just like naturally attracted to bikes because when I was like 2, I believe, my sister had a purple bike with training wheels on it, and I just got on that and was like, all right, these training wheels are coming off. And like when I was 3, I had a piece of plywood with some bricks underneath it going off into the grass, and I was just like evolved from there. And I remember watching like old BMX like DVDs, like vert ramp riding and stuff like that, like crazy contest videos. And then I don't know,
just kind of one of those things where you don't even. Yeah. Because I feel like I don't even know when I started riding BMX. It was always just like, oh, you had a bike, and then.
I started racing too when I was young. I think like 5 maybe. Not even 4 maybe. I got a race bike and like because
big in Long Island as well.
Yeah, Shoreham racetrack out east. I remember my mom would take me twice a week, like an hour and 10 minutes away, just to the racetrack at like 7 a.m. in the morning on like a Tuesday to practice, and it was like, hell yeah, this is sick.
Awesome.
And I kind of got over that just because it was like getting really competitive and people
Yeah,
like,
that's kind of the typical story.
But dude, I remember just like Road Fools, everything just kept me going.
Yeah.
All those videos. And my neighbors all rode too, so that helped.
Oh, okay. That'll definitely help.
Local trails down the block we built.
Kutcher_bikes asks if you'll try a trick at El Toro, what would it be?
A trick at El Toro? I remember looking at El Toro and be like, my wrist hurt. Already
just looking at it, like, oh my.
Maybe like a nollie crank flip into it or something.
Just into the stairs.
Yeah. What would be a cool one down El Toro? I don't know. Nothing that I want to do.
The Brian Biatz or Blatz? It's hard to tell from this distance. Who do you like to watch ride the most? What type of music do you like to listen to when you ride?
Who do I like to watch ride the most? Lately, AK.
AK, yeah.
AK. I mean, AK, Bruno. So smooth and dialed, and AK's got that creativeness.
Yeah,
just like,
the unexpected stuff is like.
And then he also does stuff that like he would do like a bar ice bar on like a rail this tall. I'm just like, damn, he can do everything, you know. Yeah. Bruno's super smooth too. I don't know, man. Courage is just always insane to watch in person.
Yeah.
I mean, on video as well, but seeing him in person at Simple Session was just like, holy shit.
Yeah, it was a big letdown not seeing him in finals for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Music, it ranges. I don't even know. It could be like.
I hate that question.
Yeah, I don't have any set genre of music. Like, I don't know.
B. Dyers asks, is there a trick you see people do and wish you could be better at?
Definitely. Crank arms.
Crank arms?
Crank arms, definitely.
Yeah, I dabble, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I could do them a little bit, but I'm not comfortable where I'd send it down like anything bigger than a 10 stair, if that. Like, you know, like that'd be like a clip for me, and other people that's just like warming up.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, these dudes are doing like a 15 stair crank arm 180 for Instagram.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I kind of want to do this down a 10 stair, but it's not worth filming, so I'm not even gonna try to do it. You know. Yeah. I don't know. I just never could get comfortable with that trick.
Yeah. And I thank you to Spencer BMX's, because I was actually spaced on asking you this. How did you come up with Follow the Leader? So if you Follow the Leader is FTL, obviously, and it's your clothing company. It's been around for how long?
2000. I want to say like the idea was 2011, late 2011. I was in 12th grade in high school. Okay.
So it's kind of almost had it before even the YouTube thing really popped off.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was kind of curious if it was like, oh, I have, you know, like.
No, it was. Yeah, it was way before the YouTube thing, actually. I just started the YouTube thing like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
In November of 2015.
Okay.
I want to say. Yeah, that's why, I mean, it struggled for a long time, like the name, but.
It was always Follow the Leader?
Yeah, it was always Follow the Leader.
I was trying to think of different acronyms for it when I first heard it. I was like, I wonder what it stands for. Because I don't think it was really out there in the beginning, so at least in where I saw it. So,
I had the name, and then the elephant idea was like a concept between me and my mom and sister. Like, we all love elephants or whatever, and they're just like everywhere around the house and stuff. So it's always elephants are sick. So the name works well because you know how elephants walk, they grab their tusks, so they follow the leader.
All right.
So that was like original logo idea, but it was too long of a logo to like
actually
manipulate. So I just singled it down to one elephant. So people are kind of like curious, like how the elephant stands with the logo. But
that makes sense.
I mean, that logo with the name, but like that is the. I guess I mean, it's not significant, but it is what it is.
Yeah, and so you kind of just, I mean, it's obviously out of your house. It's not. It's not like a storefront or a warehouse type things, is it? Kind of.
It's like a turning point. I'm trying to get it into a warehouse or a storefront, and I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do that yet because I wanna either get a warehouse on Long Island or I want to get a storefront or like office space in the city, but that's like super expensive, and then I have to move there. So
you have to be committed at that point. That's
so the whole thing about like a warehouse is I want to have like an employee to help me out. So like when I go on trips, like right now I'm struggling because I got nobody to ship my orders.
Yeah,
it's just me, and it's like, all right, so you ordered something, you have to wait a week for me to get home and ship it. It's like, sorry.
Yeah.
You know, it sucks. But so that's like I need to try and evolve into a new space, and then But it's just gonna be a lot of money, like, cause I have to move personally. I have to get an apartment if I go to the city, and then I have to get the spot for the FTL.
Yeah.
So it's just
You got to get that live-in office.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah, but I
both.
don't want to have like somebody like coming into my own personal house like to pack orders for me. You know, it's like
Yeah.
So I'd like to separate the living from the workspace for sure.
And I could.
And when you get to your workspace, it makes it more like, all right, I gotta get down to business.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. That's the perks of having a place to go to work instead of working from home is a struggle sometimes.
Yeah. Dude, because it gets crazy. Like when I get a new shipment in or whatever, it's just my whole den is just filled with huge boxes. Like.
Yeah.
And it's overwhelming sometimes. You can't really walk around, and it's just like it looks like a warehouse in my living room.
That's sick that you're doing that much stuff. That's
it's
awesome.
fun, dude.
It's a good problem to have.
It is, but it's also getting like stressful a little bit. Cause it's like, all right.
Very important question. How do you keep your facial hair so on point? And I probably could take a tip from that too. That's from Dan Shelton _.
Shelton.
Yeah, I mean in that photo that I posted on
shaved,
Instagram,
actually,
you do look.
man.
Yeah, you look pretty on point.
What I do,
You don't have to really answer.
I just shave my neck. That's all it is. Like, and I'll shave my beard every 2 weeks or so. Trim it. It's not much to it.
How are you friends with Austin Augie? And that's from Feta Cheney.
Austin Augie, I met him in Long Beach when I was out here filming for my Volume 1 part. He asked me about YouTube questions. I think he was ready to start his vlog or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he just moved to New York temporarily or visited, and then he just kind of was like, oh, whatever, I'm moving here.
But you guys ride together a lot, right?
Yeah, we ride together all the time now. I mean, not so much in the last few months because we've been traveling and stuff.
I noticed on the video that I posted from the Florida thing, as much as he has a fan base, he has a lot of dudes that don't like him as well. It's like,
we get some mean comments
yeah.
sometimes, man.
I was like, dude, like, I responded to a couple of them, like, I was just like, I like Augie. Like, I like Augie. I think he's a good dude.
I think he's just a little over the top for some people. Maybe is what it is. I don't know. He definitely has a high energy, and he's like, being around him sometimes is crazy. Like getting involved in situations that wouldn't normally be getting involved in.
It was funny.
It's like waking up and going scuba diving in Puerto Rico and like swimming with like crazy deadly fish. And it's just like I would normally not do that, you know.
Yeah, but that's his.
Like hike up a waterfall and like brace.
That's his headline for the day.
Yeah. So it's like, cool, man. Let's do
it. In Florida, we were staying at Ryan Scher's house, and Gary Young came with me. And Gary's like in his bubble. He doesn't really like watch video. He doesn't really get on the internet, if it's as hard as that is to believe. But so he like doesn't know what a vlog is. And we were like talking one night, and we got on an Augie video, and it was before we went to the jam, and it was like Gary's like. It's like, this is it, you know, like blowing his mind. He's like, this is, and how many people subscribe? How many people have watched this? He like doesn't understand it. And then it was like, we walk in, bump right into Augie.
Then like, he's like this, like,
yeah. Gary's like, oh wow, this is the guy that was on the thing, you know, and at the end of the weekend, Gary's like, I like him. Like he's way better in person than he is on the thing, you know. But
that's funny. Yeah, man.
It's just funny, like getting people's opinions on stuff like that and like cluing. At least Gary's always entertaining to me. Like, you always just can see his ignorance, and when it comes to the internet in general, he's like, I looked at Instagram today, so I'm good, you know.
Dude, sometimes I won't go on YouTube for like weeks at a time and just like not watch anything and just post a video. Because sometimes you just need to separate and just
do your own thing in a sense
even like being on social media. I don't consider myself good at it because I won't go on for like a few days and just like won't post anything, you know, just for weeks or whatever.
Let's
Sometimes you just gotta not worry about that stuff.
Where else? What else do we got? Well, I got my own question. So I think I didn't go actually check this, but I think you're the only East Coast volume rider. Is that true? Or
At the moment, yeah.
Yeah. What's
that?
Not
Not when I got on though.
Oh, not when you got. Who was on?
Chris Long was a TM, and Kenny Hirsch was a sales rep from Long Island Bike Shop.
Okay.
So I think Brian wanted to get 2 grassroots riders, or they convinced him to get 2 grassroots riders or whatever from the East Coast. So Chris Long chose Matt Ray, Kenny chose me, and I think Matty Long was on pro, and Stevie was on pro.
Okay.
So there was a heavy East Coast influence.
Stevie's just kind of forget that Stevie's East Coast, huh?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so like there was a pretty big East Coast influence out there at the time. We would have jams like out on Long Island, and Stevie would come down from Connecticut, and it would be like big turnouts and stuff. But Well, DeMarcus is East Coast.
Yeah, I guess
But
so.
not
It's just like got all these transplants. You
Diego,
got to move,
yeah.
basically, huh?
Yeah, I mean, so DeMarcus is East Coast.
Um,
Just not. I guess I'm the only one.
yeah,
there
I mean, I guess
now.
the only one over there now. Is it kind of? Is there any separation? Do you feel like kind of left out in a sense? Is it
I don't think
like
so.
other team trips and stuff, or like I mean, I guess like DeMarcus is down here, and so it's not like they're completely centric on one thing, but
Yeah, I mean, I've been on trips like in the last, Portland. They came to New York.
yeah.
Just coming out to hang out with Mike a bunch too, so I don't feel like left out at all, really.
Alright.
I mean, just like not being able to go into the physical building and office and
Yeah.
like talk to Castillo about stuff, or like having the email,
Yeah.
like designing the frame and stuff like that. Just
Yeah, I'm kind of now. I'm like running through the whole volume team, and I'm like, all right, Brock moved from New Orleans. Like everybody is at least like yeah, coming.
Tate and Brady.
Yeah,
Salt Lake.
Salt Lake. So it's pretty crazy. Though.
Cruz,
A lot of people
Arizona.
moved to California.
Cruz in Alaska now too, so everyone's kind of
Yeah, just for a little bit though.
Yeah.
He's having his
Alaskan adventure.
his separation from the human race, I think, for 6 months.
That's sick, man.
Being the only volume rider to not move away from the East Coast, which we've determined now. You have your own East Coast influences growing up. You mentioned Craig P. earlier, so we can go ahead and roll that.
Definitely Craig P. Oh yeah.
I think this is his Welcome to Primo edit or something. I can't remember.
There's so many good.
Yeah, I
Craig
tried to
videos.
pull stuff that was like strictly East Coast footage because he had a lot of Austin stuff for a while.
Yeah, that was
and
like
stuff
mostly
like that.
football too, right?
Yeah, and just kind of that
Dude,
whole
just
phase.
so good.
So what was it about Craig's riding? And I mean, you guys are kind of the same age too, right?
No, I think Craig's older.
Is he older?
I'm not sure. I'm 22. I don't know how old Craig is.
Yeah, don't really matter.
I don't know.
I mean, you guys were at least kind of coming up. He's coming up a little bit before you, but
He was
it's kind of
definitely
like
coming up way before me. I feel like he was riding with like Steely and Mastroni.
Yeah.
And like in the football.
yeah.
I mean,
Oh, so that's football.
yeah, he was definitely in an older squad.
Yeah.
But just watching him and just seeing him get it, like.
Yeah, even his banger in this is
So
so unreal too. I mean, it
Is this a
definitely.
nose bonk 3? Or
Yeah,
no?
the nose bonk 180 and the nose bonk 3. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, and then like, cause I would see him ride local spots like Stony Brook College, and I would go there with my friends, and then just see like a wham cam video, whatever, like
Yeah.
him and his like little bro cam thing.
Yeah.
And then just seeing him do the craziest stuff, just for like, shoot
It's
a
like
little
the
camera.
legend continues type stuff.
Yeah,
where you're
it's
just,
like then
in
you'd
his
go there
wake.
and be like, dude, holy shit, Craig did that.
And was this in any sort of order by any means? Because after this we have Edwin. Was it-
More so Edwin first, like for street riding, because like
Yeah.
when I got my 20-inch, my neighbors, like everyone in my town was riding, influenced by like Animal and stuff,
Yeah,
like at
yeah.
the time, like.
I mean, obviously Edwin changed BMX
Yeah.
essentially. So
So we would just like watch this shit all day.
yeah. What was the first time you met Edwin?
It's hard to say. I see him
See him fairly often.
not too often. I'll see him like more so now, just like chilling about like Lower East Side area. I've ran into him a few times over the last year, but I don't really ever like officially meeting him, like,
Okay.
Um,
You didn't have to meet him. So.
yeah, I don't even like. Yeah, I never really.
He's kind of intimidating in that sense, where it's like oh,
Yeah.
it's Edwin.
I think I just said what's up to her in the street a few times.
Yeah.
That's it. And then-
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you're going back to the other thing, like the kind of the personality you portray on YouTube is you. Like, you're pretty mellow dude, like, compared to the over the top thing. Like, you don't turn on a YouTube voice. You don't. So it's like when you're like, hey, what's up,
No.
man? And that's it.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
it's like I'm pretty conservative sometimes. Like I won't film around people that I'm not like friends with, just because I don't know how they're gonna like take
Perceive
it. Yeah. So I'm not just gonna like pull the camera out right here and be like, yo, what's up, guys?
Yo,
We're
what's
around
up? I'm
there.
here with Edwin.
Yeah. Yeah, nah. So
I love that. Oh no, I think it was an earlier clip. The X up. Oh yeah, this is it. Oh no, it's not. Where is it? How many clips you got on this thing? There it is. Boom.
I remember watching the all day and Can I Eat section. Just
And then Garrett.
Was that the Papoose song in the?
Yeah, it was Papoose.
Was that Can I?
Well, this is Garrett. I tried to do. We uploaded his nation section from back in the day, so he's on a red line
device.
Yeah.
I had this frame.
Did you?
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
That was my first YouTube channel, actually. Billy Rides a Device. 'Cause I had this frame, and everyone's like, "What the hell's a device?" Yeah.
Yeah, it was a red line device.
Yeah, man.
Garrett should do more inverts. I guess he does the 3 tables and stuff. But. Yeah, obviously early Garrett footage.
Dude, it was
him
like
riding parks and he's in a fedora. It's amazing.
That's a fedora. Right there.
I just think so.
No,
it's like a
army hat.
Yeah, Cuban hat or whatever that thing was.
Hell yeah.
Castro hat.
It was funny because I remember seeing Garrett like at a local contest when I was like, he must have been 16. He was judging it, and it was in Staten Island. That was the first time I saw him, and I was 11.
Mm-hmm.
And he just came there and just shut down the park. Like 2 seconds, like first run, just 3 tuck to fakie, like huge. And I was like, damn, this dude is insane.
Yeah, I mean, you have a pretty good gamut of of the East Coast influences of riders and everything. So.
And it was sick to meet Garrett too. I recently met him at Simple Session with Colin, and he's an awesome dude.
He really is one of the coolest
genuinely
motherfuckers
nice
on the planet,
yeah.
for sure. But yeah, I mean, thank you for coming on.
Dude, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Hopefully I
hope
wasn't.
I didn't suck that bad.
Nah, you were good, man. You were good. So I don't think we have anybody lined up specifically for next episode, so we'll leave that open-ended, and we'll see you next time.
Dude, awesome. Thanks for having me, man.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.
Peace. What's up, guys? Thank you for watching my Feeble Talk episode. Subscribe to the Ride channel here to watch more.